whatever little I know is performing. I don't know anything about cinematography. I don't know anything about music. I don't know anything about lighting. So I have to constantly depend on everyone. So there was an underwater sequence and all that. So we saw some footage from Kamal sir's old film or something. So we called him up. We asked him, how do you do it? So he said, so I did it this way, but today you can do it that way. I keep telling my wife, ultimately what I'm trying is that in 2 years, I'm only accessible by emails. I'll get alienated from the day I start making bad movies. Nothing else will alienate me. So when I met Raman sir first, and he asked me what kind of music you like in films. I said, handsome. And he was like, you want to talk to him? No, I don't want to talk to him.
Hi Fadhika.
Hi Vishal.
Hi, welcome to THR India.
Thank you.
And welcome to the Crown Plaza.
Thank you.
Yeah. Before we start talking about Maareesan, I want to take you back a few years. Whenever I think about memories of the first Tamil movie I watched and all that, obviously there's Roja and all that, but there's a lot of Faasil sir's movies. There's Varsham Padinaru, there's Kadalukku Mariyadai, which is I don't know which one to pick between Anitya Pravu and Kadalukku Mariyadai. Do you have a very strong memory of a theatre-going Tamil movie experience?
Dad's.
Doesn't have to be.
Basha.
Basha?
Yeah.
You saw it here?
So we bunked school and we went. I was in 9th or 10th or something. I went to school in Ooty and so we bunked school one night and I saw Basha.
Yeah.
That's the first Tamil film I saw in a full house and it was totally...
You were from the hostel, were you able to hear how big a sensation the movie was outside?
Yeah. Because
Madness,
most of the staff would be, they would go out of the campus and come in and, so we would hear from them. And there were multiple batchmates and juniors and all from in and around Coimbatore, Dindigal and all that. So we planned one evening, we went out and we watched Basha. So that's my first theatrical experience of a Tamil film.
And what do you remember of the experience? Wildest?
And see, that's the first time I saw a superstar being so honest on screen. The construction of scenes were in such a way that, so there's the popular sequence where he goes in for his sister's admission.
At the office cabin.
Yeah. And that whole thing happens. He says, he says all that. And then he comes out of the cabin and says, admission kadachachu. So sister will ask him, enna sonni? And it's a close shot and he says, unmai sonne. That's like, so I was really, blown away by the honesty of, so there was a sense of communication to the audience as well, right? So that at that point was a big high.
No, one very interesting thing when I was talking to Krishnamurthy, who wrote Maareesan, what he told me about the entire journey of this film is how when he came to pitch the script to you, he spoke about how Vadivel sir said yes. And he told me about how your eyes just lit up when he just told you that Vadivel sir has agreed or whatever, and that just changed the way you prepared for the movie and the way you just got excited about that movie. Can you tell me a little bit about that Vadivel fanboy here?
So I absolutely enjoyed working with him in Maaman. We have a bond. And I believe that is a bond that is between two performers than two individuals. So there's a lot of sharing when we sort of perform. So we just cracked it for Maaman. So Maareesan, I heard it for a Malayalam film.
Yeah.
So I was planning a Malayalam film at that point, and that's when I heard Maareesan. And then that's when we got into the casting, and we started talking multiple terms and all that. And at one point, I said, "So we need someone like Vadivel sir, So that's when we all started thinking, and the producer came back, and so he was equally. He's a Tamil producer as well. So he came back and he asked me, so why don't we just do it in Tamil?
Tamil, yeah.
But then my only condition was, if you're doing it in Tamil, it has to be Vadivel sir. And then I kept wondering, would he do this? Like, because he kept telling me that he wanted to do a comedy role and we wanted to do a comedy film together, even though there is comedy in this one. But, we wanted to do a typical Vadivel sir film. So I was a little skeptical whether he would say yes to it. And, but he fell in love with it. I thought, okay, then that's how this is falling in place. And, so that was the excitement.
And I've never seen him in a character like this.
Yeah, even I haven't. I haven't. It's a film on him, and totally.
So many shades, so many complexities. Actually, I'm looking forward to watching it a second time.
So, so when you read a book, there's something called reading between the lines, right? So there are a lot of performers who try to bring that on screen, like and I think he's one of the few actors who has that layers of, how do I say it? So much more intensity he brings in when he does roles like that. And when you have a super comedy rhythm, it's like the rhythm of because that's the hardest rhythm to crack. I mean, to perform and crack. So he's someone who's like, he's a legend in that.
And some of the funniest moments is when he's actually not doing anything. They're expecting him to do something wild and crazy.
Very interestingly, every time we were shooting Maareesan, Maaman, that chair sequence, I asked.
It's an iconic scene now,
So every time Mari says cut, he'll take me behind the camera and he'll say, "Sir, ennoda meetla panna sir." And we'll do the entire thing in his. Hilarious. I mean, so there's so much fun, I'm looking for that. Then, I mean, that's an integral part of filmmaking for me now. So I seek for it now. So
But Ika, there's a great trajectory when you look at your Tamil cinema career. Okay, you started with Velakaran, which is
I shot Super Deluxe first.
Shot Super Deluxe first. Velakaran released first. When you, as in like each Tamil movie that you do, it's becoming more and more different from the previous character. Let's say a character like Velakaran can
someone
exist.
Someone told me Maareesan reminds him of Thondi Mudal and
a little bit of
Vetten. So my point is that it has to be different from that. Otherwise, they shouldn't be paying me money, right? So
had you seen this?
Maareesan?
Yeah.
Of course,
He had seen it.
Who?
The person who thought of the similarity.
From trailers.
I should tell them that it's nothing.
I clearly understand it. But, so there is no. When I choose a Tamil film, it's nothing like it has to be different from my earlier film or anything. For me, it has to excite me in any language. It has to be exciting. And Maareesan only happened in Tamil because it was more practical to do it there. We couldn't find a cast and. The terrain is very important, right?
A road movie in Kerala.
So in Malayalam, it was supposed to be Trivandrum to Palakkad or something, and we would have reached in 6-7 hours.
How do you sleep 3 nights or 4 nights in a lodge and all that?
So eventually, the film looked more practical in Tamil, and that's how we decided to do it in Tamil. But there were multiple times I've heard Tamil films and I've asked them, can you do it in Malayalam? How, sir? Like, the problem is they wouldn't have a write-down board or, so.
But I found your character in this and in Vetten extremely funny, and of course you've done serious roles, you've cracked all the villain characters and all that in Tamil before this, but is it extra difficult to crack comedy in another language, in a non-mother tongue language?
Very much. Very difficult. Especially when you're doing something with acting like Vadivel sir. It's very difficult because I think in Malayalam. So even if I have to improvise, I think, then I ask, so how do you say this in Tamil? And so what I intended to say when it gets translated may not be that funny. So I have crises like that, but thanks to Krishnamurthy and Vadivel sir, I mean, they really helped me with the lines, and so he speaks a particular slang. I speak a particular slang. So he helped me a lot with it.
And in a couple of sequences, I found myself cracking up, and your line is just the way you call him Appa. That's it. It's just one word. And if you call him Appa in any other modulation, it won't be funny. So how do you kind of sort that out with the director? How do you kind of explain?
Sudhish told me that.
Yeah.
Sudhish actually, so initially it was like me coming in and doing something. He came and told me, no, call him Appa. It'll be very interesting.
It'll be very fun.
Yeah, so a lot of interaction happens, and so I rely on that, and it's not like I came up with it or anything, so yeah, it was there, so I believe that for a film, whatever is required, it'll be there. I just need to find, we just need to find it and put it in place. So yeah, with Maareesan it was mostly that.
But now you've reached that stage where, see, when I was thinking about Maareesan, of course it's in Tamil, but then you have done Thondi Mudalum before, and of course in Diamond Necklace there's an entire portion where you are actually literally stealing and all that. So a lot of
there's Carbon.
Carbon, yeah, but Carbon, okay, whatever. It's
my personal favorite. Yeah.
It's my favorite too.
Yeah,
but I'm saying you
I wish I wish if there's a film that I can go back and make a slight tweak and bring it back again, it's Carbon.
But what is the tweak?
The climax we originally planned.
What is it?
I can't say that now, but it's beautiful. It was an interaction with an animal. So directors and DOP's only condition was that we won't do a VFX.
Okay.
We'll actually get a monkey to do it. So basically it's about a escapist getting trapped in a forest.
Yeah.
And as he's trying to get out of forest, he encounters a monkey who's trapped by humans. And there's an interaction between him and the monkey.
Correct. It didn't have to go into that zone.
No, yeah. Okay, so that for me that was very important, and it was after this he comes out of the forest and he asks, he'll take the currency and ask.
Yeah.
So that journey or that narrative was very important for me. But Mohan sir and Venu sir was very clear that we won't do VFX. We either get a trained monkey to do it, or we won't do it. We tried multiple options, and so someone said there was the monkey in Tirunelveli. So the whole crew went there, they couldn't find anything. So it was getting very complicated, and we eventually
had to finish.
Yeah. So you're asking.
Yeah. So Carbon, I wouldn't call him a thief. Okay, he might be like
he's an escapist.
And he wants to get the treasure quickly and all that. But in Diamond Necklace and in Thondi Mudalum, he is a thief. There's no other way to call it that. And now, of course, in this movie also, he's playing a thief. Maybe closer in spirit to Thondi Mudalum because it's a little lighter than Diamond Necklace. You've already reached that stage in that career where when somebody tells you a police officer or somebody tells you a thief or something like that, you've already done 2 or 3 similar roles before. What is that? What do you go through to create a new character out of a similar context or a similar setting or a profession or something like that? Does it become difficult to dig deep into that particular part of your brain?
So Vishal, primarily when I say okay to a narration, like much before writing or much before shoot, or when I'm given a 20 minutes narration and when I say yes, as a performer, what I want to do is I want to give the same experience what I experienced hearing it. So it doesn't matter if I'm playing a thief or a cop or a doctor, or even if the characterization is a repetition. What I look at is what I got from the narration. I mean, what I got from the film. It'll be totally different from what I've done earlier. It may not be, for sure, it won't be the same film. So, more than the characters, what is important for me is what the film says. What the film projects. Or see, at the end of the day, any form of art has to either react or reflect. And for me, the association is whether it's reflecting to me in a way that it feels fresh to me. So the characters or the language or nothing matters to me. The story I heard, and my conviction is to deliver the story I heard or the excitement I had. But it's a constant fight. You go into shoot for 10 days, then you make a slight change, then again after 20 days. So eventually you are always thinking, did I make that story or did I make something else? Did I do justice to what I initially conceived? So it's a constant fight, and and most of the time the film evolves on its own because it's just not an actor.
Of course,
there's a musician who comes in, there's a DOP who comes in, there's a editor who comes in. So the craft changes at every stage. So there's a possibility that it can get much better, or it can sort of get derailed. as well.
Yeah. But at least when you're listening to a script or when you're reading a script, you by that time, let's assume that you know which character you're going to play in the script. Are you seeing yourself in that character?
Yeah, I have to see it. Otherwise, most like there are sometimes so Vertain was pitched to me for a different role. He wanted me to play a different role in the same film.
Okay.
But I heard the narration. I want to do this.
You want to do this?
Yeah,
character.
I said, let me do this. And I mean, Janaval sir also like, no, I want you to do the other one. I said, no, sir, let's try this one. So it was too last minute for him also. You know,
to transform,
to transform or you know, incorporate more scenes with the character or anything, because I came in last minute. So then I didn't want him to damage the script as well. So I said, no, let's just stick to what you've written and let's play around that. So that happens. You know, I have to at some point see me doing something in the narration I hear.
And the other characters, what are you seeing? Are they played by the actor?
So most of the time I ask like
who do you want this for?
Give me an actor's name so that I can see it with him.
Okay.
So most of the time they give me an example.
You're seeing it as a movie only.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not a story.
I asked them where is it happening? How are you going to shoot it?
How was it earlier when you started out? Was it similar?
Yeah, very similar. Very similar. I mean my first film.
No. I'm saying generally in that period.
Yeah, I think from the time I have been functioning here, at least in the last 10 years, it's very important for me to know the geography or the setting or where it is happening. And ultimately, it has to be like looking out of the window. Like I said, reflect or react.
Yeah.
So that's very important.
But I remember you telling me in an old interview about how a character like Shami, right? You very clearly remembered seeing people like that. It doesn't have to be one. I don't know. Maybe it's one particular uncle or something.
Multiple. Yeah.
Multiple. But then you clearly remember seeing them, and you're probably taking bits from them. For me, what made that character unbelievably relatable is his bracelet. You know, the fact that he wore that bracelet and the way he kind of says, "Ayo," and all that, is exactly like somebody I know. You know, but does that the bigger you get as a star, or you know, the more away from people you have to become as a nature of the job, is it tough to really observe people like you were able to, or are you still drawing from memories of old people?
No, you're still getting inspired. You're still, you're still looking out. You can't. I don't think you can cut off and function. So I think I am interacting in my own ways, which may not be the ideal way to do it or the best way to do it, but I think I have interactions going and I'm constantly looking out for inspiration.
Can you recall like one quirk or a mannerism that you picked up like recently from somebody interesting that you met?
Not recently, like so. Nyan Prakashan.
Yeah.
You've seen the sequence where he goes for a jog to see that girl.
Yeah.
He's wearing a shirt, a munda, and socks and shoes.
Socks and shoes. Yeah.
And I've seen multiple people like that. Like it's not like my friends. I mean, it's not like any of my circle of friends doing that. But I've seen it somewhere.
Yeah.
Right before the shot, I asked Satyan sir. Satyan sir started laughing, and you've seen this, and we shot it. And 2-3 days, Satyan sir sent me a picture. He's gone for a morning walk.
So
a lot of times. Now, earlier, some people may not recognize you. So their body language or how they react to you is different. Some people recognize you.
Yeah.
So again, their body language or you're learning,
Actually, even if their reaction to you is affected and they're nervous around you or something, you can take that nervousness for a character.
That's all. Yeah. You've seen Arige around. How innocent and gives that.
That bad shot, no? The bad take,
Poof, it's a cult classic, I think. I don't know how much. That's a clear observation. It's a clear observation, I don't think any actor can do
that. For a damn good actor to play a very bad
actor. Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah. Another thing, I think in some interview, I think they asked you about, I think Irfan Khan, he had just passed away. And then he asked you if you were allowed to ask him one question. you said something very specific. You didn't say, "Oh, sir, how did you choose your films? Sir, what is your favorite film?" Nothing generic like the things that I'm asking. You asked something very specific about how he learned how to voice modulate. Or how do you voice modulate each time you get a character? Can you give me examples of these kind of very specific, like pointed questions you've asked, like the legends that you worked with? Like with Vadivel sir, was there something that you asked like that? Or Kamal sir, was there something technical, not generic?
So, Kamal sir, we meet, we crack jokes for like 2-3 hours. You know, it has nothing to do with cinema. It's mostly about what's going on and what's going around and all that. There has never been a moment where I could ask him, sir, how did you do that shot? How did you do this? But spending time with him, I understand how he did it.
Oh.
I totally understand how he took a call, why he didn't do it, why he did it. So, I think it has a lot to do with the individual you are. I mean, just like making choices. So if you ask me for Kurdi Punal, if it's a remake, and I know what Kamal sir, like because I know him, I clearly understand what he saw in the original version and what he wanted to do differently here and how he did it. So that's only because I've sort of...
You know him.
Yeah. Similar with Rajini sir, he's like, every time he comes in, he'll ask the director, sir, like, what should I do? That's awesome to ask that, what should I do? And Mani sir in one of the interviews was saying that Dalapati, he would come in, what should I do? Even Rajini sir was talking about it.
The shoes and all that.
Yeah. So, just have to crack how they are, or, their functioning method. Then you easily be able to, connect your dots on why, how, when, where, why like a particular film went that way or didn't do, so I've sort of analyzed myself from my interactions with them. It's not like I've spoken to them or anything about it.
And even when you're asking them these questions or when you're curious about their previous films and all that, is it necessarily because you're curious and you're interested to understand what happened in that movie, or is it some learning that's going on?
It's mostly... So I remember we were shooting Malayalam.
Yeah.
So there was an underwater sequence and all that. And so we saw some footage from Kamal sir's old film or something. So we called him up.
Yeah, I remember telling
we called him and we asked him, how do you do it? So he said, so I did it this way, but today you can do it that way. So, yeah, so there was one time I sort of called him up and asked him how did he do it. Even like another Michael Madana Kamarajan. So there's a Sundaranniyam. There's a shot of...
the high-speed shot, yeah.
No, in that song there's a...
Well,
it looks like a trolley shot. I mean, a jib shot, like a crane shot. So the crane wouldn't get into that room. It's such a small room. So I said, how do you do it? We hung the cameraman. Yeah, so...
So the cameraman is just on a harness?
He's on a harness or something.
And he's holding
Yeah.
What?
So, yeah, so Kamal sir, you can hear such great stories. Like, for Guna, Kamal sir and the DOP was on, like both of them were on individual roles for that sequence.
That I've heard, yeah.
He's done some,
Yeah. But then, you've been saying this, about how you work in your own timeline, right? And I think you started that as a practice maybe around that trance time. I think you had to complete a lot of movies before you finished trance.
Yeah.
But then I think for trance, you kind of employed that method.
Yeah.
Like, okay, no rush. You guys don't even know what the next scene is going to be, right?
Yeah.
And even now, I think to some extent, you believe in that.
Yeah.
But why did you get to that point? What benefits did you see of that as an actor?
I found myself and everyone to be more comfortable on set so that they know the growth of the film.
Yeah.
It's just not for the actors, it's primarily for the technicians. For setting up a film or planning a film. There's less chaos on set, because there's a plan. And I started functioning like this with Dileesh.
Hmm.
Till then, I never shot any films in the order of the screenplay or anything.
Mahesh was like
I
that.
started with Mahesh.
Huh.
Mahesh. Yeah, I started with Mahesh. So from Mahesh, I've constantly made the effort to, and I've noticed that helps the other actors also. Like, you know, it's just that everyone has to be there. You know, you can't manage this with actors who come last minute and all that. But
And it requires a lot more time.
lot more time, patience, and yeah, and more than everything, understanding of what the film is. I mean, we all have to be on the same page, you know. So, so this has brought in a lot of discipline, I feel.
Yeah. And do you think it really helps a movie like Maareesan?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, it's literally two strangers meeting.
Yes. So this, you know, there are a lot of. So this may not be cost friendly. That's where I failed. This process is not cost friendly at all. But still, then you fight and you try to do. And with Maareesan, because it's such a long terrain, we were disturbed by rains and so a lot of things had to be replaned and reshifted and all that. But we stuck to the plan of going in order. And mostly we've done that.
It's also a very interesting movie because it's the only film I remember where every important character is an unreliable narrator.
Yeah.
You can't trust anybody. You know, usually there's a little bit of objectivity in like all these Rashomon type films where.
Yeah. But you can trust all the women who come on screen. That's the thing in this film.
Correct. Yeah.
Every woman who comes on the screen, you can trust the character.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everyone has a
two-layer. You have no idea what they're saying or.
Yeah. I personally think it's a very well written film.
Yeah.
I mean, see, any film can be great and all that. This is what I think we intended to do, and this is what I heard. I mean, this is a story I heard, so I'm kind of happy and excited to see how people react to it.
Yeah, it's not at all the film people are expecting.
Yeah.
That is for sure.
No, I'm only hoping it's better than what they expecting. You know.
Yeah, I don't think people really understand our obsession with Yuvan. You know, the songs that we love, right? Of his, and you've got to work with him. I think he's done a part of Super Deluxe also, right?
Yes. But I mean, as a proper feature film,
first time that you're working with,
but we've been constantly in touch and we constantly interacted and all that. I mean, so I know Yuvan from the time my father used to work with Raja sir.
Oh, you used to go to the studio?
Yeah. I mean, I first met Yuvan when he was like 11 or 12 in Cochin, and that's our first meeting. We still talk about it. So
around Puppet and Appu's time, huh?
That would have been around Puppet and Appu's time, and yeah. So I think Raja sir was in Cochin with his family. That's when I met all of them. Yeah. So that's one crazy thing that happened to Maareesan was that as we were shooting, the music was not decided. Okay, we wanted it's a musical film. We had to have someone super good with the, narrative. So, midway through, we had decided that we had a chat with Yuvan, and so Yuvan was, primarily for him to find time to do this was the concern, and so we agreed, and Yuvan picked up this film, he changed the pacing of the film, he changed the depth of the characters. He's brought in a theme for each characters, and so, the music is one character. It's almost a character in the film. It's a character on the journey.
Yeah.
And we've used Raja sir's Nethu Oruthara. We've used. Yuvan has redone for us. So I think the film. One of the strongest points of the film is Yuvan. Kale, our DOP. He's done Portrayal.
Portrayal he's done, yeah.
And Srijit, our editor. So, we made a good team. It's Sudhish, Krishnamurthy, Kale, Yuvan. I think we had a good team, and we were having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And add to the fun was E4. So, Mukesh sir and all came in. So, the film started with a commitment with a
super good.
Super good. But Mukesh sir came in at a later point to help me out, and I mean, then things just fell in place. I mean, it was all a breeze. We made a good film, we hope. So let's see, you know. And when you have opportunities to do films like this in Tamil, I'll die for it. You know, I mean, it's absolutely brilliant to do Vikram, Bete, and films that are, you know, huge.
Huge,
But this is a small space, and I love that space. Like, as a creative artist, or like, I'm totally enjoying it.
Can you tell me about one film of yours? You know, you generally don't rewatch your films, right? You go obsessively into that movie, you finish the work, and then you completely detach yourself. And then maybe the process of rewatching that is maybe 3 years, 4 years, 5 years later.
Yeah, rarely. If I have to, yeah.
Can you tell me about a memorable rewatching experience and a performance of yours that you feel hasn't aged badly? In your eyes, okay, not that we think it's aged badly. I
think Tondimadal is reasonably okay. I think I was reasonably presentable. Yeah. I think Vishal, what is important? You fight time, yeah. It's not important that you won an award in 2015 and the film did well then. The film has to be valid in 2030. You know, the film has to fight time. That's the fight that we all are constantly. We don't want a film to be remembered just for a year or 2 years, you know. So you're trying to give in your best for the film to be valid for a long time. What I technically use a term that let's expand the expiry of a story, like, you know. I think that is what is important, you know. Film has to remain alive.
Even then, are you still only looking at the film? You're not really looking at your performance? Now that you have that objectivity and the distance?
No, very rarely I look into I'm done with the film. So even if I, unless I have to, at some point, if I'm thinking of remaking it or anything. So Amal and I constantly talk about one thing, redoing Eob and Pustaga.
You actually wanted him to, and you feel Eob deserves a better film.
Amal told me. Amal is saying, I want to I want to do this film now. A lot of things I couldn't plan it then because of the technical issues, and so when we did Eob, 15 crore for a Malayalam film was then
huge. Yeah.
But today I think we can stretch a little bit more and explore more, you know, more possibilities, and so unless I'm doing something like that, I wouldn't revisit my performance. Otherwise, because my conviction is that I did my best at that point. You know, like I used all my sources or whatever, and I did what I could. But there are films that you fail. You know,
and that you want to reshoot yourself and all that.
Yeah. So this is a constant. I personally think that I've failed more than I've been successful, you know. So
is that because you're very self-critical?
It's because I don't know anything other than whatever little I know is performing. I don't know anything about cinematography. I don't know anything about music. I don't know anything about lighting. I have to constantly depend on everyone. Like I have to ask Sushin for a particular track to elevate my performance. I have to ask Vivek Harshan to cut off my bad performances.
Back
so
take,
yeah, so I am a person who constantly depends on everyone, and once I'm done with the film, I never go back to. So there were films that my performances were very bad, and like, you guys have written bad reviews and all that. So and I know where it is coming, so I'm very clear. So there was never a point for me to go back and revise the film and understand why it was reacted in a particular way. God willingly, I was always aware of it. And even now, I want to be aware first that I'm out of this business. I don't want someone to come and, tell me that, boss, you're out. So you have to be constantly aware of, I think, where you stand to take any such calls, I think.
No, but what is the equivalent, let's say, a screenwriter, Loki sir, one of the great writers in Malayalam or Tamil, they talk about how magical it is when they crack a scene, right? Crack the climax, or they've been stuck in this point for 6 months and then they finally got a solution for the lead character. That first scene of Udayanatharam, basically. That emotion.
Yeah.
What is that comparable emotion for you? Like that done, oh, it's sorted. This is what I'm doing this for. This is why I'm working so hard for.
No, the film needs to work, right?
Overall.
It's not a sequence. Like, we won't do a film for a sequence, right?
No, yeah.
Yeah. So
it's
and
watching
I forget about the efforts, people, or the difficulty in which we filmed a particular situation, shot, or So nothing bothers. Like, is the viewer enjoying? Like, so it's very important for me when the film starts going out of the circle. When it starts going out for VFX, when it goes out for RR. So that's when you start understanding the film a little more better than what you've been doing for the last 3 months, That's when someone who is totally detached from the film sees the film, and then that's when he sort of, so from that stage you'll be able to sort of judge the film. You will know if you've gone wrong. Or you will know, okay, where things have worked and where things have sort of. So I usually know before the release what to be prepared for, So I've never had any such shocks where.
Even earlier, even in the beginning?
First film, yeah.
You thought it was great?
I was told it was great, so.
Everybody around you was telling you.
Yeah. So from the second film, the only thing that matters is I don't care if I'm good or bad, but it's a film working. Yeah, it's a film working.
Has there been a successful movie, like a movie that you expected to do well or reasonably well, and just completely shocked you, the response? Like, super happy with it, unbelievable response from the audience.
You said film that I thought wouldn't work and worked?
Not entirely not work, but then you weren't 100% confident. Or you felt like it might work, you're not very sure, but then the movie went way beyond expectations.
No example.
Generally, your judgment is right.
Yeah, I've not been... I don't think I've got it wrong.
Wow. What about scripts you listen to and you choose to not do, and then when somebody else does it? What happens to that film? Is that also kind of predictable for you?
Kind of.
Wow.
I mean, I can only say about what's happened in my life. Yeah. So I'm not saying that this I can do for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
It's because of my awareness or understanding of what's going on, and I don't think I'll be this valid all my life. You can start going wrong also, So, what I'm trying to say is that I've been very careful with this. So, I've been like super, super, super careful about this.
And is that because you take that much time to think about the movie before saying yes?
Yeah. There's a process. But that yes or no doesn't matter. You can save a movie at shoot. An editor can save a movie. Music director can save a movie. So we hope with each craft, the film gets onto a different layer. So to save a film, there are possible.
Many ways, and
many ways, and we do everything to save a film. So so far, I was able to, at least films I've been functioning as a producer or a actor, I've been able to sort of read it.
No, when you maybe look back at your career, I'll take the names of 4 or 5 films. What do you think has been the most important film in your career? Not necessarily the biggest hit or the one that made a lot of money or anything of that sort. Just the time that you did it, the reason why you did it, and how it kind of changed you as a person or as an actor. Starting with Kayathum Durut. Okay. Then there's Avesham, there's Pushpa, there's Bangalore Days, there's Maheshandra Pradikaram, which came at a very, very crucial time, right? Which do you think changed your life in the biggest way?
Chapa Gurush.
Chapa Gurush, yeah.
Yeah, that's when I cracked the rhythm, I think. I'm not saying I cracked it the right way or I still haven't cracked it. But I think that's when I really wanted the behavior or the emotion or the performances to be as good as looking out of the window, as real as it. Because I had a team like that. I had a team who would shoot in the right locations without lights.
With the 5D.
With a 5D, and they were ready. I mean, Joman used to run with me. Like when me and Vineet used to run, Joman used to run. When I had to do underwater sequence, Sameer jumped with me and he dislocated his shoulder. So I had a team like that. So I was blessed to have a team like that at that point of my career. And I think that's where it started for me. Or I started identifying, okay, how I can maybe do, sort of change that or bring something new to the table,
Another thing that went viral last week is, of course, your smartphone or your lack of smartphone. Did you expect it to go this viral?
No, because I've been using it for the last 1 year. I mean, I've been using a dumb phone for the last 1 year.
Dumb phone,
yeah. So, but there is, I mean, it's not like I'm cut off from internet.
Christopher Nolan.
Is it? Okay.
Only emails.
So that's I keep telling my wife.
Yeah.
Ultimately, what I'm trying is that in 2 years, I'm only accessible by emails.
Emails.
But I don't think that's ever going to be possible. No, see, whatever's on your phone is on your computer or on your iPad. So for me, it was more convenient to have something like this in, so that there's time dedicated to do the, whatever, checking mail or replying. So I was trying to get into discipline, which I still haven't. But the plan is to have a proper time slots for all this, Even to wake up on time and,
Is there some correlation between the reason why you don't want to be on social media and the reason why you don't want a smartphone? Is it primarily because you're very, very private as a person?
See, actually, it's very important for me to have a smartphone, for me to constantly, suppose I want to see a shot or it's very important. I'm not saying it's not important, but now I have structured things in a way that I am accessible for all this. And, there is a methods for all that. But that has nothing to do with me being on the social. I was initial stage of my
Facebook and all that.
Yeah, and I wasn't doing well. I wasn't handling it well. I didn't know what to reply to comments. I didn't know what to post. One thing I was sure is that not a picture from my house will go out. No personal images would go out. And then at some point, it was primarily to make people aware of the films I was doing, And I would like to stick to that. And my social media is just to be aware of what I'm doing with my career. Nothing personally.
But how do you for instance, that scene that went viral in Avesham? It's a TikTok.
Which scene?
The pillar, that song.
So you guys haven't seen the original of that?
Of course we've seen.
Not what I did. What another person did.
Yeah. We've seen that. But that's a Malayali thing, right?
Yeah.
The Avesham reel that went viral outside
I
Kerala,
like that better than what I did.
But when they're telling you this and they're saying, can you do this? Because you're not on Instagram, will you not even understand what they're saying?
No, he showed it me on Instagram.
Yeah.
And then he started showing. So it's not like I said, I am
aware.
No, I am surrounded by people who are aware of all these things, or who think it's important to show me a reel like this so that So I mean that's my access. I still believe that I wouldn't miss out on any interesting memes or trolls or anything.
Somebody was telling it to you on WhatsApp or something.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have WhatsApp?
I don't have WhatsApp.
My God.
Yeah, but there's nothing I'm missing out or anything.
So you don't feel like because you're not on social media, you might get alienated from the Gen Z crowd or the next generation after that or anything?
I'll get alienated from the day I start making bad movies. Nothing else will alienate me. The moment I start doing bad films, that's when they would want to alienate from me. As long as I believe the attempt is there, they would want to keep me around, or at least know what this guy's up to,
No, is there, now that, when you're doing characters like Maareesan, when you're doing Odungudra, Chadungudra after this and all that, is there some theory that you developed about how you are creating your characters? Because now you already have the experience of working in so many movies. Are characters easier to play when you have some kind of relatability or somebody who's like that character compared to a character that is completely alien. You have no idea. You've never met anybody like this. Is it much tougher to reach this character compared to this character?
So it totally depends on if the character is making sense to the scene.
To the scene, okay, huh?
What frequency or what mode of the character is pushing the scene ahead. That's what's important, you know. Like for me, most of the time it doesn't matter whether there's a person like that or would a person react like this.
Yeah.
So that sequence in Shammi where the guy goes and stands against the wall. My writer has seen it.
It's a person's really done it.
Yeah.
Like he gets punished in class and he goes and stands in the corner.
Even more weird situation. I can't say the situation, but Sham has seen it. So, however awkward or weird that is, it is pushing the scene. So, what I initially did was I sort of went down on the sofa itself.
Hiding your face.
Hiding my face. And we were talking. I look at the girl and I just go down to the sofa. No, Sham then came in, no, it has to be evidently done. Like, if you get up and do that. And that's when we did that. So when you're doing a scene, we're only looking at what is good for the scene, what is pushing the scene. If it's a wacky film, are you funny enough? Are you pushing it, in a way that the entertainment factor is kicking high? Everything depends on the rhythm of the film and the scenes or the screen, the narrative. With Altaf, it's like, I've never worked with a director with so much clarity and
he's also very uniquely funny.
He's wacky.
Yeah.
He's so wacky. Yeah. Like, I wish I can be in all his films, but Odum Kudra is something, again, like, I've not done a film like that before. It's very fresh it's very new to me. And
the way he speaks and what he finds funny, I'm laughing, but I'm not realizing, but what is so funny about that? It's the first time I'm laughing for that thing.
He has that. Even Odumudra has that layers of, we'll talk about that in the next interview. No, I was just saying, the director or the writer, they all bring in a lot of difference to an actor, I think.
Marika, tell me this, okay? When you look at, of course, Mammootty and Lalaton, they got that 80s period where they're doing so many movies, and I think in our generation, it's probably you who's done every shade of a character. You've done really straightforward, really nice guys like the Pavam guy in Amen, and the upright, straightforward communist guy in Eob and all that. No, what do you think is the darkest character you've done? In relation to your moral understanding of the world or whatever, what do you think is the darkest, most evil character you've played?
Okay, Kumlangi Shami is there.
Yeah.
But we spoke about it.
Yeah.
So there's a film called Artist I've done with Sham sir, with Shyam Prasad.
I thought you'll say this, but
yeah. So it's primarily, that's the most selfish character I've done. But it was written like that, and I was convinced. I was convinced with the writing. I was convinced with how it was narrated to me, and I absolutely loved performing it. But if you look at it, that's the most selfish character I've played in my career. And the most selfish character, Shyam sir has written. But later then I saw Ore Kadal.
Mammootty.
Then I thought Mammootty sir's character was but I think Shyam sir and I were convinced that the character and artist was a very selfish character. And I think that's a dark character I've really played.
But he's evil to just one person, to be fair.
He's actually evil to everyone.
Everyone. Okay.
So you can't be evil to just one person.
Don't you think a person like the bad guy in Mamanan is even more evil?
Because he's not evil, yeah. He's bred that way. Like, the film starts with his father's narration, so I don't think that the character would have done for security, I think. Or, whatever Ritnavel did was for his survival, I would say,
Is it important to you? The character's moral compass important to you?
Yeah, kind of. I didn't want to kill the dog. I've said that.
You told me that, yeah.
I think it's very important. But I failed. I failed with a big film the last 1 year. So I don't want to talk about the film, but but when something is not in your control, I just leave it. Like, you take your lesson, leave it. You know. But otherwise, I think I've tried consciously to see the tangents of my characters or why they function in a particular way.
Do you feel you'll reach that point, like how I think you yourself said about Mammootty and Lalaton, no? Where they're able to switch on, switch off, and not take the work home, and they'll go deep into that character and they get out of that character very easily. That kind of a thing, do you think?
I do that now.
Yeah, you reached there.
The last film I shot is Odum Gudra.
Yeah.
There's a proper discipline, I think, but it was a difficult film to shoot. And there were multiple, because of my dates and all that, replanning and all that. Other than that, I think I'm 40. I'm going to be 43. I better leave work out of home. So I've been constantly making efforts for that. Yeah.
And are you feeling a lot better because of that?
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
Yeah, there's an episode in the studio. I don't know if you've seen the studio. In that, the entire night is an episode between the studio owner, who's like a big producer, like a producer in Hollywood, and he goes for a dinner with doctors, like neurosurgeons, and how the neurosurgeons are telling him that you might be the owner of a production house, like a huge studio, but your life is not important.
Yeah,
you're not saving lives, compared to us. You're not doing it.
Yeah.
And I remember you telling me this a very long time ago. This is another shade to your life. Cinema is not everything.
Yeah,
you love it.
Absolutely.
You work very hard, but this shouldn't define me.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. This is, I personally, today I don't think there's any harm in saying that. Even if I was a teacher or a doctor, I think I would have done this with so much conviction. And it has to do with the individual I am or the life I've lived. It has nothing to do with the profession or... so I think it's... what you are is very important with what you do, right? So I think, yeah.
Are there other things, when you do other things in life, like let's say maybe you're building a house or something like that, or a creative endeavor, but totally different? Do you go into it with the same kind of depth and obsession?
Yeah.
And do you enjoy it?
Yeah, so I'm married to someone who's equally
obsessed
with what she does, and whether it's a film or a room that she's decorating. So I'm married to a person like that. So yeah, we've been building a house for 5 years. Yes.
5 years.
Yeah.
So how do you split the decisions? Do you have your rooms that only you design?
No. So there's a lot of discussion, and she makes the decision. Yeah. So she makes the decision. But because of this creative high or whatever, we go into this detailing, and we take our time, and so yeah, the same effort, I would say, is going in there.
But eventually, the house looks more like Nazria's house or your house.
Hopefully it looked like our house.
But that middle point is very tough to get.
No, but what's hers is mine too. What's mine is hers too. Yeah. So
yeah. So we've come to that section where I need to ask you about your IMDb Watchlist. You have to tell us 5 movies or shows.
Hrishikesh Mukherjee, Millie, Mahendran sir, Johnny, Season.
Amleton wanted to remake it for a very long time.
I'm been begging him to.
You'll do it?
I'll do it. If he calls me, I'll do it. Malena?
Yeah. Interesting.
Again, Gusip Tornato, right?
I think so, yeah.
Malena. Then, what is there? Il Postino.
Wow.
It was a very interesting film. Might sound crazy. You can reset it to a different war zone, and emotions still so valid.
When do you remember this most obsessive cinephilic phase of yours? Was that in the US?
US.
What is the thing like Blockbuster?
I had DC access here, so I did engineering for 2 years, messed up my scholarship and all that, and so either I had to come back or change my
course.
major. Then I shifted to philosophy and major philosophy and minor in statistics. So there was a lot of time and access to libraries and books and movies and you were constantly interacting with people who've seen all these films. And that 7-8 years was crazy. Like, you know,
Obsessively watching.
I think I don't watch films now. You
Compared
know?
to then.
Oh yeah, I used to literally watch like 3 films in a day. Now I take time to watch one movie itself. Like, you know, I finish one act, then, you know, I come back maybe second day I watch the, you know.
Do you remember a movie that you really loved, like recent movie that you really loved?
Recent movie I really loved. Can you tell me some popular films?
Sitare Samipal.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it. Okay. Then
I enjoyed F1. Like, I prefer Rush, but I enjoyed F1.
Rush,
I enjoyed. I mean, I totally understand why.
Don't you think it's a very Indian movie?
Very
Cool, mass Indian movie.
Hans Zimmer has done music like, you know.
yeah.
I mean, you shouldn't be saying all this on record, but yeah, more like an Indian commercial. Yeah. I'm excited for Ramayana also.
Of course.
Collaborating with Rahman sir, it'll be crazy. Yeah. So when I met Rahman sir first, and we were talking, and so he asked me what kind of music you like in films. And I said Hans Zimmer. And he was like, "Do you want to talk to him?" No, I don't want to talk to him. Such a sweetheart, Rahman sir.
Yeah.
Such a sweetheart.
What is your favorite, like, life-changing Rahman album?
Tirda Tirda.
Tirda Tirda.
Every track in that film, oh my god, it's on my playlist all the time.
Even
Rasati is my all-time favorite. Tirda Tirda and Tal actually.
Tal is insane. Yeah.
Rasati, Kunjam, Nilavu, then there's another song with Prashant sir and Hira ma'am.
Yeah.
That one. No? That one. I mean, crazy tracks the film had. I mean, it's one of Manisha's favorites also for me.
Yeah.
Manisha did right after Roja. He did it. I think.
Right after Roja, right before Bombay. I think.
Bombay.
Yeah.
In between, he wrote a film for Suhasini ma'am, I think.
Yeah, Indira.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And my last question: do you still think about that Uber driver job in Barcelona?
Absolutely. We were in Barcelona like
a
few months back. And yeah, of course. Of course.
What is the plan after that?
I don't know. Yeah,
6 months there, 6 months here, like a shippy?
No, I think it'll only happen after people are done with me here.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, keeping jokes apart,
that's not going to happen.
I know, but just to drive someone from one place to another, you know, at least you're witnessing someone's destination. I think that's a beautiful thing. I still do that. Like every time I get a chance to drive, I drive.
There.
Here also, everywhere. Like every time there's a chance to drive, I drive. It's something I still enjoy a lot. That's my time for me.
Does it help you think a little better? It happens to me.
There are a lot of things, thought process you go through. Yeah. And it's just not driving. You should constantly engage yourself in things you love doing. That's a game or a sport or even watching TV or shows or whatever. I think that helps in the way you think or the way you look at things, I think.
Okay, Ka. Thank you so
much.
Thank you,
Vishal. Great talking to you.
It is my dream to talk cinema like this with you.
So we'll see for Odum Gudra soon.
Of course, yeah.
Thanks
so much.
Bye.